Good morning, traders. Welcome to the TMT Stock Market Strategy video for Tuesday, June 20th. Traders, we did get a little bit of a push up. Actually, some of the indices made new all-time highs again. ES, Dow Jones. We did see some nice participation in the transports as well as the Russell 2000, which is really key for this fifth and final leg up. We want to see that crazy blow off top, and we need participation. Sector rotation. We definitely seeing money coming into the banks and financials. Oil, I have to tell you, was a little bit down today. Some of the oil stocks really didn't do too much. It's okay to have a pause day, but we don't want to see oil stocks start to really take it on the chin. Now, we are in a sweet spot right now. That oil should rally. We looked at the commitment to trade reports on yesterday's research video. I showed you that they reduced their hedge. Doesn't mean it's not a timing tool, but it's something to keep note of. Maybe if we go down another day or two that we're really oversold, they're going to find some value here. They, meaning market participants, will find some value and start bidding up these oil stocks again. I like to play to the long side, but I'm honestly not looking to catch a falling knife as well. I think you have to take the oil stocks and oil on a day-by-day basis, okay? We also saw participation in bonds and gold lower, which is what we're looking for. Right, we're looking for risk on. If that does happen, that means the safe haven trades such as bonds, gold, utilities, REITs, and staples should go lower. Okay, and that's what we saw today. So overall, good day for our fifth and final leg up. I do think that you'll see continuation of this pattern. The projected target is 25 to 25.50. So we're really like between 48 and 98 points away, which is absolutely not much at all in this crazy market that we're in. Let's just go over Apple real quick. I did mention it is the biggest stock, heavily weighted in many ETFs. You can see that we do have this bear flag that we did break down, but now we're back in it again. We'll see if this holds. I'm going to pay attention to a lot of these FANG stocks as well as the Russell 2000 and the transports. Very important. They were the ones driving this market higher since November. And let's see if they start to roll over. Now, they had a great day today. Can't deny it. Had a great day today. But I also think that it was just a risk-on type of a day where they bid up a lot of these stocks, okay? One day doesn't make a trend. We'll see if it happens again today and we get back above this little upper end of this bear flag. Then, of course, this bear flag will be negated. But interesting to see what Apple does and these so-called FANG stocks, the Facebooks, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, and Google, okay? Right now we got the ES. You can see here our target's been 25 to 25.50, pretty much way back when, right about here, I think we called it. So we'll see. There is no resistance in the ES. Your support now becomes 24.45, 24.30, and then down below here at 24.20. 24.20 is a big spot, okay, for the ES. But as of right now, looking pretty constructive for continuation move higher. Next is going to be the NQ. Again, pretty much like Apple. You can see we have a bear flag here. It did break out. I'm going to give it one more day. If we take out yesterday's high here at 57.87, then this will be negated, and then we're just going to look for 50 to 61.8% retracement off of this big move we had 2 weeks ago, and then we'll see if that fails. Either makes a double top or a lower high, which will create an M-top formation. But we'll see. It's still too early to tell. We are on a buy signal in RSI and definitely still on a sell signal in MACD, so mixed bag. But if we're going to do a sector rotation like we've talked about, right, maybe money going into banks and financials, looking for value versus growth, and we're looking for, energy, some of the beaten down sectors, that could really help fuel this fifth leg up where NASDAQ will go lower, and I think it's actually setting up for a beautiful short, the NASDAQ. And it's not ready yet, but I do think that it is setting up for something fantastic. Gold, let's talk about GDX, the miners, the gold miners. They move first before the metal does. Same thing with crude oil and oil stocks, so we're clinging here. What happens is I think you're going to get a big move either lower. I think the path of least resistance is lower. We're in a seasonal time of weakness coming into the middle of July. If we start to really break down, 21.19 is going to need to hold. Otherwise, we'll flush back into the 19.5 to $20. And that's when we will reevaluate it. We're on sell signals in MACD and RSI, so really the path of least resistance is down. Gold, same thing. We broke this big, very large symmetrical triangle. We're into the apex now. Gap fill area here I think is going to happen. 1226.40, 1207.70. So we're looking at a move lower. Then we would reevaluate it, hopefully at bases, and then we start to move higher. I do believe that gold is still in the second stage bull market here, and I think you're going to see some big higher prices once we get that market sell-off that we're looking for. Crude oil, great trade, guys. I mean, we've caught the crude oil here, and here. Now we're getting way away and way stretched. Does it mean that it can't go to $43? Absolutely. It could go to $40 before it bounces. So we want to see stabilization here around the $44 area. Maybe base a little bit, take out the swing high of that base, and then start for a retracement rally, which would be another retracement rally very similar to these two here, right? Making a lower low and lower high. So even if we get back to here, that'll put us somewhere around $49, and then again a new low right there. I think you see $39, $38 in crude oil. That's going to be the downside projected target. And to be quite honest with you, crude oil should not be no more than $38 to $40, if not even lower. We're on sell signals in MACD and RSI. We need to take this downside trend line of this RSI to go higher, and it's going to happen. You don't know when. I don't see, and I can't project anything that price isn't telling me. Obviously, we are going lower. We're making small bear flags here, and we're moving lower. Oil stocks are holding up relatively well. That's the only bullish thing I can tell you. APA, the EOG, OIH did okay and then sold off a little bit, but a lot of these oil stocks are really not selling off with what crude oil is doing. That's a very bullish sign that we should see these oil stocks participate to the upside, looking for value. Basically what we talked about in the previous video and earlier in this video. ZB, again, if we get a risk-on environment, ZB should start to sell off. Here are your gap fill areas, 157.13, 159. Remember, some of you guys are still long below 155, call it. That's that line in the sand that we should start to see ZB go lower yet again. Okay, resistance will be the upper and lower end of the gap fill area of resistance. TLT, very much the same. You can see here 125.63. That needs to hold. If not, I'd be looking to exit your long trade. Gap resistance will be 127.40 and 129. That's also our projected target for the long side of TLT. Next is going to be the indexes, and you can see here the spiders did not take out the high like the ES did. Remember, futures generally move first. What does that tell us? The spiders should do that today. We should take that out. So 245 is going to be your spot, and ultimately when this fifth and final leg concludes, I'm looking for a 250 price target here in the spiders, if not a little higher. 243.78, 241.50 is your support areas, and then of course the 21 EMA of 242.55 in between. Next is going to be the transports, 171.34, 173.90. We're looking into this area here. Transports participated very well. It's been holding up better than all of the indices from the last 2 weeks. We take this area out, guys, it's just going to give us more fuel to the upside. Okay, and of course the Russell 2000, same thing. Russell 2000 had some good participation today in the equity markets to the upside. 141.46, 141.80 resistance. Again, support comes in at the 140.37 and 138.85. But I want to see this, and I want to see the financials, and I also want to see some energy movement, and that'll give me a good idea that the sector rotation has begun, which I do believe it has started, and pushing these banks and financials higher, as well as some of these energy names. Okay. Last is going to be your Qs, and you can see here we're still stuck into this consolidation channel here, which is really an uptrend channel, excuse me, but we're still stuck within the channel. We held the lower and upper end of the TMT proprietary price channels. Right up in here, 50% is going to be that 140, 150. That'll be the line in the sand. Either we break out and challenge the 143.57, or we get hung up here in price at 140, 150 and start to move lower. That's going to be interesting for the next few days. So let's keep an eye on that and see where we go. All right, guys, have a great day. Listen, I'll tell you, if you guys need some extra help on the Pro Trade, the daily videos, Pro Trader Premier video levels are killing it, and you got to come into the trading room. I mean, it's the signals of our algorithm that produces the Pro Trader Premier support resist levels is knocking them dead. So give it a shot. Come out here. Shoot us an email at support@tradingmarkettechnicals.com. Have a great day, everybody. Take care.